It's Electric Focus, and today I'm on a long road trip down to the Goodwood Festival of Speed. I'm actually going down to Poole first. It's about 479 miles down to there, and then I've got another 60 miles after that. I'm just stopping off to see some family and friends. So it's a 1,000-mile round trip in total, and it would be good to see what the infrastructure is like, how charging goes, also how efficient the Jaguar I-PACE is. And I will be stopping at, I've done a bit of planning, and I always recommend you do a bit of planning before you go on a long trip like this. I'll be stopping at my kind of normals really, Gretna Green, then I'll go down to MFG Crow Orchard, and then my third stop will be at Moto Cherwell Services, which is in the Oxford area. And actually there's quite a lot of choice around there, so I can actually freestyle it if I need to go to a different destination. But it will be interesting to see what it's like with another 21,700 battery electric vehicles registered in June, which means we've now got 815,000 battery electric vehicles on UK roads. So a good test. It's early in the morning. I'm just about to set off, and I'll speak to you soon. Right, I'm at Gretna. Already charging on the iEnergy chargers here. There was a couple free when I got here, so that was good. It's quite early in the morning, so there were 2 cars charging, so there's certainly not completely quiet. But when I went over to Welcome Break over there, you've got the 175 kilowatt apple green chargers there, and there were only a couple charging there, so there's quite a few available, and plus the 2 GridSurf chargers as well. They're 60 kilowatts, I believe there. So plenty of spare chargers, which is good. I had a bit of trouble getting the car started. I don't know why. I kept having to unlock the car and lock it back again, and it eventually started working. But it was a little bit of a faff. Anyway, it's charging now. I'm actually over 63% last time I looked. So getting about 60 kilowatts when I looked at that, which is okay. It's not brilliant. I was hoping for a bit more than that. Let's have a look at the efficiency on that journey, because it was very rainy. The weather was pretty awful coming down. It started off at 13 degrees and it went down to 11 and back up to 13 by the end. So it wasn't the best conditions, but we'll have a look at the app to see what it says. So it says it took 1 hour 41, average speed 64 miles an hour, distance 103.7, and the energy consumption, which is the key thing, 2.5 miles per kilowatt hour. So that's actually disappointing, but it's, you know, mainly because of the weather. 2.5. Just to tell you the conditions I put the car at. So I've got it in comfort mode, aircon on at 20 degrees. So just driving normally. So there's nothing special about that. So just to give you an idea. And there you go, 2.5 miles per kilowatt hour, and that is, if you equate that to the battery size, that would be a range of about 212 miles. So that's lower than normal really at this time of year, because it is July, but it's just crap weather, unfortunately. So that does make a difference. It's not too windy, but it is a lot of rain. There was a lot of surface water, and that seemed to affect the range. So I've still got plenty to get to my next stop at MFG, so I'll be fine. So I'll finish at 70% and then get on my way. Just say when I left this morning, I actually only left with 95% state of charge. Now it's because I just left a bit earlier than I expected, and because I'm on Octopus Intelligent, it determines when to charge your car, and it happened to be charging it at the end of just before I was planning to leave, and because I left earlier, then it didn't quite get to 100%. So that's my mistake really, but bit annoying because I missed out on that really cheap energy. And here it's 74 pence a kilowatt hour for these iEnergy chargers. However, because I am an Octopus Intelligent Customer, and I've got Octopus Universe, I've got the RFID card somewhere, it's in my pocket, that I get 8% off. So if you're a normal Octopus customer, you get 5% off, but if you are a Octopus Intelligent customer, you get 8% off. So that's why I charged here instead of charging over at the apple green ones, which I think are 79 pence a kilowatt hour. So slightly cheaper, but it's pretty expensive. But I don't really worry too much about expense on these long journeys, because 99% of my charging is done at home on the off-peak rate of 7.5 pence. So it's really, really cheap. So it's more about, you know, getting from A to B and convenience when I'm doing these long journeys, but I might as well take advantage of cheap rates where I can. So that's it. I think I must be near 70% now, so I will get on the way and I will see you at the next destination. Right, I've arrived at MFG Crow Orchard and no problems here, easy to get a space. There was only one car charging and everyone's turned up since. But yeah, connected absolutely fine, really quick actually. And I do like the way these chargers work. Very easy instructions on the charger itself and everything worked fine. And I was using my Octopus Universe card again, and to get the 8% discount, I'll check the rate in a minute. I think these are 79 pence, so 8% off that. But yeah, all good in terms of charging, and I was getting speeds of 99 kilowatts at first, and I did see it go just over 100, 102. Let's have a look at the efficiency on that journey. So we'll look at the app. So we'll have a look. We'll just go straight down to energy consumption because that's the key thing. 2.5 miles per kilowatt hour, so exactly the same as the first leg. So not particularly efficient, mainly motorway though, and it was raining quite a lot, so not brilliant. But anyway, I'm here and glad to be charging, and I will charge. The plan is to charge here up to 80%. I'll actually just show you my plan that I prepared prior to my journey. So I had a plan to get to Gretna on around 53% state of charge. It was slightly less than that. Charge up to 70%. I did actually charge up to 74% in the end, only just because I ran out of time. It's amazing how quickly it goes. You think, yeah, I've got plenty of time, and then suddenly I was at 74%. And then MFG, I planned to arrive at 46 miles, and pretty close to that actually, although 20% stock, so it's less state of charge because of the efficiency it's now showing for this journey so far. And my plan is to charge to 80%, and then my next journey will be down to Moto in Cherwell, and I'm planning to get there with around 14% stock and then charge to 60%. So then after that I'll be on to Poole, and well, really, it doesn't really matter what I charge to at Moto. It's more about the time, what the time is then, and when I want to arrive at Poole, I might charge a little bit longer. But I should have enough to get to Poole, and then after that I'll be charging again because I want to then get on to the destination, my final destination, which is the hotel, and I just want to charge there a bit as well, so I've got plenty of charge for the time that I'm down in that area. So that's the plan. Right, I just got caught on a call then, and went over 80%, so I'm just over 80%, 81%. So I'm now ready to go, and there was a nice prep Amonja here if you've come to this one, MFG now, so that's great because I could get some bits for lunch as well. And anyway, on my way to the next place, and I'll speak to you soon. Right, I've arrived at Cherwell, just outside Oxford, and I arrived with about 46 miles according to the gasometer. So a little bit more because it was more than expected, because it was very efficient, this journey, and we'll just have a look at the app and you'll see. So I got this time, and this was a long journey, part of the journey, this one, 2 hours 40 minutes. Probably could have done with a bit of an earlier stop actually, but anyway, I stuck to the plan, and it was 150 mile distance and then 3 miles per kilowatt hour. So that's much better, but not surprising, perhaps because it was a lot warmer. So the temperature's definitely picked up. It's saying 18 degrees outside now, and it was kind of, 13, 14 degrees most of the journey before that. Again, mainly motorway, although there was some contraflow, which does, again, that does help when you're dropping down to sort of 50 miles an hour. But anyway, when I got here, very busy. I was thinking this one would be the one that's going to be busy out of all of them, particularly because of the time of day. And yes, it was really busy, and I thought, oh no, I'm not going to get a spot. But luckily somebody was just finishing and they pulled out. I pulled in, connected up, no problem at all, and getting good speed straight away. Went up to 100 kilowatts quite quickly. Unfortunately, the person next to me was having some trouble, and I did notice that. Went over and helped her out, and she couldn't get it to work, so I stood in the bay down the end when I saw somebody had moved, so that she could move around to that one. We did try calling GoodServe to help, but they couldn't seem to get it to work, so that one seems to be out. Anyway, managed to get on the other bay when that car had gone, and then yeah, she connected fine. She's really grateful for that help. So I am on, looks like 58 kilowatts at the moment, speed wise, so it's dropping off a bit, and about 64% state of charge. So I don't need to charge for much longer, so I'll charge for a bit longer. Anyway, that's it. So I'll speak to you at the next stop. Right, I'm actually on my last charge of the day now, so that last part of the journey is done. I've just been to see some family and now off to my hotel, but before I do that, I just needed to get a top up of charge. So I'm at a Instavolt 125 kilowatt charger, but I think these are the ones that you only get a 200 amp cable, and therefore the maximum you get is 80 kilowatts on these. I'm seeing I'm getting about 60 something, 65, something like that when I looked just now. So that's probably about right. So that leg of the journey, if we just have a look at the app, I got 2.9 miles per kilowatt hour. So again, shows you the difference really with the temperature. And although there was a bit of rain again on that part of the journey, most of the time it was warm. As you can see now, it's really warm now. So yeah, it's probably about 20 degrees outside. So that shows you the difference when the temperature changes, and also the battery's warming up as well, and how the efficiency improves over time. So that's it. That's my main first leg of the journey, and then I'm off to the hotel, and I'll be coming back on Sunday in a few days time, and I'll do a separate video on that journey, see how that goes. But overall, I'd say not too many issues at all today charging. Little bit of an issue with the first charger when I couldn't get it to start straight away, but it didn't take long, sorted. And then everything else worked perfectly. I had to help somebody else out, but everything worked perfectly for me. No problems charging on this Instavolt one either. So everything's gone really well in terms of charging today. Just a few traffic hold-ups, but it was kind of what I expected in terms of the time. I allowed kind of 10 hours for this journey, thinking it would be about that, and it was just over 10 hours in total, with all the charging and stopping and all the issues on the way. So quite a long journey. Wouldn't do it every day, but quite like a road trip, and it's always good to test the efficiency and see what the charging network's like out there. Not too many problems today. I do wonder what it would be like when it comes to the summer holidays, because when we haven't hit the summer holidays in England yet. They've started in Scotland but not in England. So I think particularly Cherwell might be really busy when it comes to that. It's pretty busy as it was today. I mean, it was stacked, that place. So I think we'll see some creaking of the network at that time. But there are quite a lot of choices in that particular part, that region there. So there's other choices people can go to charge. But there you go. I won't be doing that journey. I'm coming back on Sunday. And thank you for watching as always. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll speak to you soon.